Hello everybody, I'm coming at you live from beautiful Cologne, Germany. I'm live and live. It is Newsday Tuesday. Damn. I'm going heavy with the Hasanabi rebuff. Okay. Let me... Oh, what the hell? What the heck? Give me 1 second. Dio, what up? Hello, hello. Okay. Why the fuck? There we go. Yeah. So for those who were present last time, I think the time before last, the stream before the Direct, before the Nintendo Direct. I started that stream with some news, and I kind of like that. I kind of like just covering news a little bit, the stuff that I find interesting. Both pop culture, but also actually relevant, important news. We'll start with something kind of serious today. Just let me get ready for 1 second. I still hate the fucking YouTube bullshit, bro. Can I... Wait. Let's see. How easy is that if I... Oh... Wait... Bam. And then... Can I just change the order? Why can't I change the order of the thing? That would be so much easier. Bam. Okay, let me tell everybody that I'm live. Fuck yeah, I'm getting Drag Store. I couldn't decide between Drag X Drive and Drag and Drive. I think Drag and Drive is the official title, right? I'm getting that shit. For sure. Well, I'll try the beta. If it turns out it's ass, then okay. But I'm ready to be that game's only shooter. If everybody else says is ass, that's not enough for me to believe it's ass, you know? I'll try it for myself with the beta that they're releasing, and then we'll see. Let me get some water. I need some water. Something came over me. Way too high to simmer down. Might as well overheat. Too close to comfort. I just burst my favorite vein. Oh, ooh, I'm a little lightheaded. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. If you're in chat, feel free to say hello. What's going on with you? What's going on with y'all? Oh, let me turn on all my shit. I always forget. By the way, guys, we got a new Twitch alert, and we got some new shit on the soundboard, and they're both the same thing. Hang on a second. While we're getting started, let me... Hey, what the hell? Edit alerts, there you go. There you go. This is my favorite, this is my new favorite thing. Watch this.
You're not getting it, it's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
That's it. Oh man, I fucking love Justin Bieber, bro. I fucking love Justin Bieber.
You're not getting it, it's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
He was... This is a recent thing. He was approached by a paparazzo, I guess. And then he just busted that one out. Okay, maybe slow day in chat. Maybe I should just get going. Maybe I should just get into it. Oh, wait, oh, there you go. I think we're 5 people on YouTube. Hello, hello. Feel free to say hello if you're there. It makes my day. It really makes my day. To know that I'm relevant. No, 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 no. It's recent. It's very recent. Maybe I could start with that. I can start light with that. Hang on. There you go. Oh my god. Oh, oh, fuck, what? Why is my computer slow? Wait. Is it because I have 2 browser windows open? That could be actually it. That was it. That was it. That's crazy. Huh. But it's still kind of taxing. This is so awesome. Yeah, that's a classic.
I'm a dad, I'm a husband. You're not getting it, it's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
We're on the sidewalk, Joe.
I don't give a f if you're on the sidewalk. I'm a human being, you're standing around my car. At the beach. You know what I'm saying? You don't think I'm a real guy, do you?
See, obviously he's right. He's in his right to say it. It's just that specific combination of words is so fucking good, man. It's so good. Oh, stop worshipping Anthony Fantano, stupid and bald. Wait, I wanna... Oh my god, there's so much going on. There's so much going on here. What's up, Pang?
You're not getting it, it's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
That's on my soundboard now. Okay, let's get into the news. Let's talk some news. So, send me the Fantano video. So it's too late now. Okay, so... His... You can hear the Canadian, is the thing. You can still hear the Canadian, kind of, you know? He's, like, trying to be an LA boy, but... You can hear it. I did clock him. We did clock him. This is a crazy contrast, by the way. Okay, I want to start with something serious, but also I have a unique perspective on this a little bit. So, if you follow the news, you may have heard that Netanyahu, he has announced that he wants to occupy all of Gaza, and this is in response to a Hamas hostage video where they were basically trying to show, hey, even the hostages are starving now. Even the hostages are famished. You need to let in aid. Even just for the sake of your own hostages, right? That was sort of the idea. And the totally normal, not psychotic response to that is, no, we gotta occupy the whole Gaza Strip, right? So that's the big international piece of news. Now, as someone who works in news television, I'm obviously in German news television, and Germany, they have a unique role in this whole thing. I'm very curious in how we interpret it and how we cover this sort of thing. So, the specific news story, and I'll have to translate. This is Friedrich Merz. This is our chancellor. I've had some choice words about this man in private. In Germany, you can actually get in trouble for saying insults in public. So I'm gonna be really careful. Let's just say he's very, very, very right wing, and he's not officially, formally part of the far right, of course. But he's demonstrated that he has no issues collaborating with the far right, specifically in Germany. So he specifically says, and this is the headline, he was shocked, he was disturbed, devastated by those hostage videos that I just mentioned, and the general thing that I'm trying to get at here is, okay, with this piece of news, hey, please let aid into Gaza, even just for the sake of the hostages. And Netanyahu then announcing that he'll occupy the entire Gaza Strip. A lot of the reporting from Germany that I saw was now once again centering Israel in that conversation. It was centering a lot of the backlash coming from within Israel, saying, hey, if you go into Gaza, if you try to extract the hostages forcibly, what will happen is Hamas will just kill them before you get to them, right? So, again, the problem, the way we covered this news in Germany is not, oh, Netanyahu occupying all of Gaza is bad because there's, people living in Gaza who have been getting bombed for 2 years and who deserve freedom and emancipation and all that. No, that's not the reason we're covering it. The reason we're covering it is to say, oh, what about the hostages, right? And I don't want to, the centrist take that I have to deploy here, right, is like, obviously I don't want to downplay any loss of civilian life is tragic, right? But in Germany especially, the way this conversation shifts is so interesting. And I'm specifically mentioning this now because the tenor had been shifting in Germany, right? Obviously, for very clear reasons, Germany is the most cucked nation on the planet. We always say, okay, we have a unique historical responsibility toward Israel, right? Now, if you ask me, the historical responsibility here should not be toward Israel specifically, but simply to not let another Holocaust happen, right? Not facilitate another Holocaust. What's up, Eos Mio? So, a couple weeks, so that's why for most of those 2 years, since October 7th, 2023, it was basically impossible to talk about Palestinian emancipation as a concept, to censor Palestinians and their role in that whole conversation. In Germany, that's just such an untenable position, right? Now, recently, for those who don't know, in Gaza currently, we're at stage 5 famine. That means that's the point where even if you receive food now, your body might go into shock from it and die. So you specifically need medical aid to assist in that scenario, right? That's how serious it is. And now, because we have reached that critical mass point, you see all these Western politicians do these fucking useless symbolic gestures, like Macron in France, who said, "Oh, we're gonna recognize Palestine as a formal state." Which, I don't know, are they the first to do that? I'm not sure exactly. But it's like 2 years in, why now? And well, I know why, because they know this shit is about to go south, and they have to save their hides last minute, right? They have to have it be on the historical record that yes, we said something, yes, we did something, even though you really didn't do shit. So in Germany is kind of similar, where again, Merz, his whole rhetoric was, oh, I don't really, again, recent rhetoric, right? He says, I don't really understand the point of, or the strategy behind what Israel is doing anymore. He calls it a human tragedy and a political catastrophe. He was going to call it, or he did call it now, I guess. Yeah. Putting the people of Gaza through so much suffering. He says, so this was 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Yeah, 2 months ago-ish. He says, the way they've been putting the people of Gaza through the ringer, like we've seen in the last couple of days. That's his wording. And it's like, brother, have you been asleep for the last 2 years? Again, it's so transparently cynical, right? And he says, "Oh, you can't justify this any longer, just by saying, yeah, you're fighting Hamas, right?" which has been the correct position for 2 years, right? So he's a little late on that. But then we don't somehow reach the logical conclusion of like, maybe we should stop sending weapons, and maybe we should consider sanctions against a country like Israel. Yes. See, yeah, that is. Now I don't wanna. I want to be cautious with how I articulate this, right? Because like I don't know what is best. Like personally, my belief is like, okay, the easiest way to handle it would be dissolve the borders, dissolve the blockades around Gaza, stop the settling in the West Bank, and simply because formally speaking, while the West Bank is sort of the settlement in the West Bank is considered illegal, and the blockade around Gaza is considered illegal, right? But it's very strange in that they're not like Israel is controlling the territories, but they're not technically part of Israel, is how I understand it, right? Which is such a weird, like, wishy-washy distinction. But if you really think about it, Palestinians are Israeli citizens, technically, right? And they're just not allowed to participate in the democracy. So a smooth, clean way to handle it would be just let them be proper full citizens. And there you go. Yeah. Cause like that's the thing, if you're like Pang, the way you said it is like hits it exactly on the head, because functionally they have been two different states and nobody gave a shit that Israel basically controlled their destinies for the last like 70 years. Yeah. Oh man. So again, from the German perspective, it's just so disgusting and upsetting that you can like verbally recognize that yes, this is wrong and this is bad, I guess. But you're not actually taking any action, right? You still don't consider this serious enough that you would say, okay, we're going to sanction Israel. And again, in Germany, it's always talked about in these hush-hush kind of tones. You have to be super insanely fucking cautious. And I want to show you a couple examples. This is just a funny tweet that I read. Okay, basically, Germany, I don't give a fuck if the people of Gaza starve. And then also Germany, oh my god, the Israeli hostages in Gaza don't survive simply through photosynthesis and also don't receive food? What? So, okay. This is also a recent piece of news. I have a lot of thoughts on this. Basically, a bunch of German celebrities, they started signing this open letter to, effectively appeal to solve the humanitarian crisis in Germany, to urge the German government to do, to motion in that way. They have to say the line, yeah, we condemn Hamas, blah, blah. But Hamas, Hamas's crimes don't justify punishing millions of innocent civilians in this brutal collective manner. So there's obviously none of these guys are gonna mean anything to all, but these are pretty well-known German celebrities. Let me see about the date. I want to see the letter itself. Where do you? Okay. Yeah. And I saw a bunch of people be sort of excited about that and praise this move, but again, the fact it's happening now just makes it so transparently cynical. And this specific story, it was pointed out to me, again, these two specific guys, I want to say, yeah, this was also 2 years ago. So, this lady's name, Nura, I actually was not aware of her. I don't really listen to German music at all. She's a German rapper. Basically, she said Free Palestine, and then, was disinvited from an event by these two guys. And it's come on, man. It's just, again, it's I don't know how to convey the German atmosphere to y'all, but it really, the last month or so, it's really been, oh my god, it's so sad. I see the suffering in Gaza, and now I feel something. It's so sad. It's just very suddenly the switch flipped in this completely nonsensical way. And it again, to me, it reads as completely cynical. Now, the reason I want to point this out doubly so is that I fucking ran into this guy a month ago. I was in Berlin, I was in the video game museum, and he was at the desk talking to one of the guys there, right? I ran into him, I was like, hey, Klaus. And he was like, hey. So, again, this is Germany, so I have to be careful with what I say, but I take my greeting back. I take my greeting back. Well, you still signed the letter, so I don't fucking know. Maybe. But what's this shit gonna do? What the fuck is this shit gonna do? Huh? Yeah. So, and again, I was watching. This is also sort of related, right? Again, we saw this was one example of what the German tenor was like around this issue 2 years ago. And this is also an example. So this is Malcolm Ohanwe. He is a half Palestinian, half Nigerian journalist. He was pretty popular, pretty visible in a lot of sort of our modern kind of formats. And when October 7th happened, he basically tweeted, yeah, what y'all expect? If you cage people like animals, at some point they're gonna they're gonna resist, right? And he lost his job. He lost all his connections. Everybody severed ties with him. And it's just, again, as someone who's been on the correct side of this issue from day one, who's been seeing this type of shit, or who did see this type of shit happen over and over again, over those few years, seeing now this super cynical shift toward, like, humanitarian rhetoric, toward whatever, it's just super fucking gross, super annoying. Yeah. So, I don't know, I just want to give you all sort of a window into what the atmosphere is like over here. I still remember when I was in America last year, and I landed in Washington State. Just seeing ceasefire posters everywhere, Free Palestine posters and graffiti attacks and all that shit. It's, like, obviously, America is, like, primarily responsible for what's happening in Gaza. And yet the people of America, they do understand, like, the people, that's such a dumb way to put it, but there's a big leftist movement around this issue, right? And a good amount of genuine understanding. And I feel like in Germany, I think living in Germany, it kind of makes me understand what the Israeli brainwashing must be like. Because you go under any kind of comment in support of Palestine, and it's like 80 replies saying, maybe Hamas should just release the hostages. Just this completely nonsensical, warped worldview that's so baked into you from day one, that people don't even really question anymore, right? So, I don't fucking know. That's the serious talk, serious Newsday Tuesday. Let's get into some lighter news. So I got a Sydney Sweeney update. Apparently she's a registered Republican. So last time I talked to y'all about this, it was, again, she did this ad which had these very disturbing eugenics overtones. See, that's the thing. She's originally from Spokane, Washington, which is where Twin Peaks was shot, by the way. And, you know, she's a Hollywood actor, so you'd think, okay, she's in LA. But she did buy a multi-million-dollar mansion in Florida. And yeah, the you know, this story specifically said, yeah, there's a Sydney identical middle name, Sweeney. I forget. I think it's Bernice, which, yes, is also her middle name, in Florida, who's a registered Republican. And we talked about the fact, okay, her family's MAGA. It's like kind of, like, that's the thing. I said I don't want to assume what her views are. I just was very aware, okay, she had this weird MAGA situation, and then she never really talks about her politics ever. So, I don't know, right? Yeah. See, I think there's something about the German attitude that's... I mean, I'm getting into, like, stereotyping and whatever, right? But there's something about the German attitude where it's so normal to be completely ignorant toward the world, you know? And, like, to understand things on such an incredible surface level, only. I know y'all think Americans are ignorant as fuck. I mean, they are, right? I watch Hassan Abi, you know, I see, you know, just very regular people pulled into political spaces and then not knowing how to handle it. I'm not saying this is necessarily better in America, but I don't know. I feel like I feel like the German ignorance and the American ignorance, they're kind of different. They're kind of unique from each other. So, okay. I saw this other article from Times of India, which is always the best source. And they were kind of fact checking it, and their fact check is saying, well, we don't know if the name refers to her specifically. It could be somebody else. It could be. So that's a fair point, but like, I mean, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Yeah, it aligns with the state of registration. So the other thing they mentioned, and this is why I bring this up, political image so far. On screen and public forums, Sweeney is as woke as it gets. She has only supported liberal-leaning causes such as LGBTQ plus rights, transgender rights, Black Lives Matter, and remains pro-choice. I tried to find evidence of any of those things, and I came up short. I did not find anything. So, am I bad at research, or like if somebody knows of Sydney Sweeney activism that I haven't seen, please link it in the chat. But I always got the impression that she just is silent in politics, because like, again, like if you grow up in a MAGA style, well, MAGA household is like kind of a Republican household, let's put it that way, and you realize, okay, I want to be an actor, I want to live in Hollywood. I will say, you're like, the idea that you're a staunch Republican, Blue Lives Matter, like Southern style party type of person, but you grew up in Washington, is kind of interesting. To be fair, in the suburb that I was in Washington, I did see my fair share of like MAGA flags. What the fuck else did I want to look up? Oh yeah. Hang on a second. Now, again, I showed this last time. Is really more rural versus urban. That makes, I kind of figured. What the fuck is my... What the hell? Why is there no bookmark tab on Twitter anymore? Oh my fucking... Oh, it's because my zoom level? That's so stupid. What? Now, maybe this is what they meant by activism? By pro-social causes? Not bigoted? Maybe this is what they meant? Over at Times of India? I don't know. I can't say. Okay. But yeah, that's it on that story. Cool, okay. We got two more stories that I'd like to talk about. So, y'all know Joshua Weissman? He's this YouTube cook. I know you're not supposed to say the thing. I know you're not supposed to say it. I know it's stupid. But I always knew his vibe was off. I always knew this guy was a fucking asshole. And surprisingly, there's not that many people canceling him online right now. This article came out, this expose, basically revealing severe workplace misconduct. Oh, let me click that. What's going on here? Oh shit, okay. Cool. See, this is something Hassan talked a lot about as well, that like, like, in the Biden, like, still sort of going into the Biden era, woke was still hip. Right now, conservatism, very hip. Conservatism, very cool. Again, you saw this with fucking XQC, right? Wait, what's the XQC Black Lives Matter thing? Player of games, streamer of streams, player of games. Where was that shit? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh fuck, they deleted it. Wait. Okay. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame it even has to be stated, but of course Black Lives Matter, blah, blah, blah. And then, this is 5 years later, he goes, the replies on this really give good insight on how much fact-checking is being done on X these days. Most of the replies are saying he changed Lumfao. Literally not a single person even verified if the tweet was real. Cringe. Wait, the tweet is real. The vibe was just different, right? So, just based on that Sydney Sweeney thing, I don't know what the fuck her beliefs are, right? I just think it's funny. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so basically, Joshua Weissman, severe workplace misconduct. He would constantly scream at and berate his employees. He would always throw tantrums. There's one incredible story that apparently he was cooking outside for a video one time. And at some point, he has a bowl of ice. And he gets so frustrated that he punches the ice. Where is it? Wait, I think somebody yeah. Oh god. Yeah, and in the video, you can see this in the fact that, okay, for most of the video, his knuckles look fine. Yeah, this is the money shot. This is the fucking money shot. So, hands, spotless, and then a couple seconds later, look at that. So, he would throw tantrums, throw shit physically, make like sexual noises constantly. I don't exactly know what that means, but like, it's been, the crazy thing is that I think for this article, 9 people were interviewed, and actually one of his former employees, he did a Reddit AMA. He did a Reddit AMA 9 months ago, I think, where he independently already said a lot of the same shit. Now, not some of the specific stories here. Like, he didn't mention the ice punching, whatever. He just said, yeah, he's a fucking weird guy. I used to work for Joshua Weissman. Yeah. There's one crazy story where apparently at some point they moved all their operations from Houston to Austin. And he basically demanded that all his staff members follow him in that move. And Austin has a much higher cost of living. So he promised, vaguely promised higher wages for his employees. But then that never came. And they could barely afford to fucking live. Meanwhile, he had like 8 Ferraris or some shit. There's like more minor stuff where he was like stealing recipes constantly. And see, I'll get into this in a second. He was stealing recipes from other YouTubers. There's one really embarrassing story where he collaborated with another YouTuber after having talked shit about him privately for years and years. He collaborated with that guy. And then when they went to post the video, the guy he collaborated with, he couldn't tag Joshua because Joshua had blocked him already. He had blocked him for years by that point. Or he had him blocked. So, I don't know. When this came out, I got way too invested, because, like, again, this is so silly and childish, right? But, like, to see just such a dumb, smarmy child, be exposed, I'm sorry, there's something satisfying about it. I can't get enough of it. So the thing about this article, I will say, I should stress, clearly there's no editorial conduct here. There's no journalistic rigor at all. It's like the fact that the author did this fake magazine cover to, like, make fun of him is like, okay, man. And then, the thing he leads with is stolen recipes, which is far from the most severe thing in the article, right? There's far more serious issues. And, yeah, maybe that's also why the story didn't get as much traction as you would expect. I mean, he's a fucking YouTuber, so maybe people just don't give a fuck, but... yeah, I thought... That's something I was invested in. Okay. Last piece of news for today. This is gaming related. This is actual game news. The fucking Virtua Fighter gameplay. I was kind of curious what y'all think about it. Because I saw a lot of positive reception for it. And I'm not sure exactly how I feel. Oh, wait. No, let's not do that. Because I can't see OBS. Let's just do it this way. Now, I did see some people already say that, okay, the active effort seems to be from Sega to present this as a pure fucking fighting game. No bells and whistles, no bullshit. Just raw combat. That seems to be part of the marketing idea a little bit. And if that's the case, it seems to be working in that way. It seems to be getting a lot of attention in that way, and that's cool. Ready. And personally, that's what I want as well. A lot of the shit like Rage Art, Heat, Rage in general, and Tekken, really not my thing. Go. So this looks really good, but then okay, the thing I'm weirded out about is the zoom ins and the slow mos, because they seemed pretty frequent and pretty unmotivated. I couldn't really understand what the motivation behind some of the zoom ins or the slow mo were in the footage. So here, okay, here he does a tech roll just in time and gets away from it. And I guess I'm really curious. Is it like a property of the tech roll that he got iframes or something, or is that a genuine hitbox interaction that, like, the hitboxes are this precise and that's why it whiffed? I think it is Rust. What up, by the way? I think it is an engine. I don't think they're lying about that for sure. I mean, they had the previous demonstration that was, like, clearly not an engine. Yeah. See, that's I don't know enough VF to, like, really have a feel for that. Oh, that's what you mean. No, I don't think... See, it could be that they tuned this trailer in a way where this is not how frequently this happens in actual gameplay. But again, like, the zoom and the slow-mo just to emphasize this hitbox interaction. Is that actually how it's going to be in-game, or is that just for the video? That's what I want to know. And, like, is that... I think it's... To me, in the context of this video, it's like, oh, cool, right? It's cool that they showed me how precise this is, kind of. in gameplay, it feels kind of random. If this were in game, I'd be like, yeah, well, you don't need to you don't need to highlight it every time I get a very narrow width or something, you know. That seems a little random to me. But still, if that is again real hitbox difference and not just, oh, the tech has like the Ukemi has iframes or something, that's sick. I do like that. See again, okay, wait, what happened here? So she does like a weave or something. How does... See, that's not really a thing in previous Virtua Fighters, right? You can like... I know you can time a sidestep and then you get a context-sensitive animation from that in previous games. Maybe this is something like that. Yeah, probably not. I do think this is... if I had to guess, I would err on, okay, this is most likely just for the trailer. Talk to the hand. What's up, Oscar? Yeah, I wonder what this is exactly. This is like a new type of move, a new dodge type of move. I don't know. See, I like crouching below the high there. That looked really sick. Wow, that looked so seamless. Wait. Do you see that? Can you... I mean, he's like in recovery right now. And he crouches like instantly on reaction. I don't know enough about VF to say, is it that fast? Can you get out of block stun that fast? Oh, the like juggle state looked really cool as well. Ooh, I like that, okay, when she's in the juggle state, right? There's I think in Tekken this is called Tornado. But like the fact that she turns in midair. And then her head is facing away from the camera now. I think that's kind of cool. Okay, let's look at that. Damn. What even is that? Oh! Okay. Okay, so he did a guard break, and then... See, that's the guard break, and then taking advantage of that. See, that's the kind of situation where I'm like, okay, that zoom has some kind of motivation. I feel like that's something you could consistently kind of implement. Even if, like, I don't think it's necessary. Again, especially the tilting of the camera. I find that... I'm worried that will be very disorienting. Because even in Tekken, they don't do that. They zoom in, they slow down, they do slow-mo. But they don't tilt the camera like that. So who knows? Again, like Pang said, I feel like I'd be shocked if the final game was actually like this. But I think the animations and the actual interactions, that's probably pretty representative of the game. Which I think is cool. Well, that looked really good. See, oh yeah, this I also noticed, right? After he does all that shit, the camera, from this point forward, is way lower for some reason. Like, that I also found kind of strange. I think this leads me to believe that, okay, it's probably for the video, right? It's not really a genuine representation of the game. See, I think this is... Was that a counter hit? Wait. He goes for a grab. He whiffs. Counter hit, okay. Okay, that's a big counter hit window. Ooh, that looked really cool. Damn, wow. That's probably a throw? Maybe? Okay, that's the classic VF side swerve. Oh, so yeah, that especially, right? This is how you know I've watched a movie. I've watched videos about like cinematography. Never break never switch sides, right? There's a word for that. If you have a combat situation, you always want to remain on the same side of the interaction, right? You always want to keep the left guy on the left and the right guy on the right. The 180 rule. Thank you to Fritos. What's up, by the way? The 180 rule. That's how we're cinema nerds over here. Hey. But yeah, to me that's, even for the video, I'm like, okay, you should have done that. It's a little disorienting. See, this type of shit. What exactly is happening here? Wait, let's see. So I think he's stunned. And then, wait, let's see again. Stunned. Stunned. Is it the same kick? Is it just repeating the kick, or is that is she kicking him the second time? I think it's replaying the first kick. And then I don't know what the fuck is happening. Like, at what point do you still press buttons? I think this has to be just for the video. This can't be actually in the game. What's up, Bob's? The Mortal Kombat X-ray version. I mean, this is pretty fucking violent for Virtua Fighter. Like, the tooth here just flying out. Now, I will say, it doesn't actually look like... Is he actually going to be missing a tooth? That's what I want to know. And that's the video. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this game. I'll definitely play it. Tokyo Game Show, okay. I have 5 on PC, and I want to get it on Switch when that comes out. I think it'd be kind of cool to grind the single player and just to be able to play on the go. I'm down for that. But yeah. Oh my god, I fucking love Twitter Premium. Oh, by the way, Pang, if you're still here. This is very important. Dennis, what up? We canceled Sydney Sweeney and Joshua Weissman. It's like, bro, you can just tell. I'm sorry. I like look at this and I see the composite crust. Wait, there was one shot later, I think. I just don't see how it's improved by composite. It looks good. It looks good. S-Video is good. I just feel like composite guys are coping. I feel like composite guys are just like, yeah, I didn't want to buy a better cable. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know why my computer's so slow today. Is it? Hang on a second. If I close the browser, usually this browser is very performant. I don't think it's the browser, guys. I think desktop share in general is kind of demanding because like my desktop is 4K, it's ultra wide. See if I do this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just got like 4 milliseconds of performance back. Oh my god. Of rendering time. Okay. Guys. I'm gonna get the PC ready so we can play Ninja Gaiden Ragebait. Let me figure this shit out. Wait, this this is, yeah. Oops. Okay. Ninja Gaiden Ragebait. I haven't played it yet. I haven't even bought it yet. Like, when it didn't unlock when I wanted to stream it, I was like, okay, I have other shit to play right now. I know lots of what up. Let me change to Rage Bounds. Your PC is 120 FPS, bro. That's the fucking ticket. That's the freaking ticket. Okay. Okay, I hope I'm gonna make. I'm gonna press a big button. I hope it doesn't end the stream. Okay, I'm still alive. Cool. See, you would have to wait for Switch to skew, is the thing. They would have to make a separate SKU for it. I think, I mean, hang on a second. That's crazy. The 30 FPS agenda. Let's see. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Huh. What? The hell? There you go. See, I figured the Switch 2 version would have to... Well, playing the Switch version on Switch 2 should be 60. But this guy says weird results. Okay, wait. There's some frame rate drops here. Somewhere. Yeah. I cannot explain why this shit is, like, running so badly on the Switch. Yeah, right, hey, that's exactly what I'm thinking, right? Like, I mean, this is the Blasphemous devs. I'm guessing it's on Unity. And the first Blasphemous was 60 on the Switch. I don't know what the story is with Blasphemous 2. I think I mean, it's safe to say they made some kind of engine changes because from Blasphemous 2 onward, their games supported arbitrary frame rates on PC. So, you can do 120 FPS on PC, for example, but then the console versions, they're still stuck at 60. So, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Okay. Actually, let me... I still need to freaking buy the game. Give me 1 second. I don't want y'all to see my credit card information. We don't need that. We don't need all that. Is this... Okay, wait. I also need to... Let me buy the game first. So, I mean, it's 8 PM. I think the game's not that long, actually. But we're probably not gonna play the whole thing. Yeah, my Windows desktop is hideous, bro. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, wait. Maybe I need a separate, like, mouse and keyboard for PC. Oh my god. Oh my god. They want my PayPal info. They want my PayPal info, guys. See, my monitor has a KVM switch built in. Like, depending on the source on the display, I can set all my USB devices to a different thing. So either the PC or the Mac, for example. But then right now, like my mic, for example, is connected to USB with the Mac. All that shit. It's so fucking convoluted. Boku Natsu playthrough is great. I'm in sync with the game. I still have not deviated from the schedule. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Let's see. What's my freaking PayPal password? Okay. Unlock with Touch ID. Okay. PayPal. I just realized I could have just bought the game on Mac and then download on PC. I could have done that, but I'm not a smart man. Okay. Bam. We fucking got it. Yeah, I think for Gamescom, I'll have to play ahead a little bit. That might be necessary. Okay, maybe I should route. I don't fucking know, actually. Guess I'm a little hungry, actually. I'm already behind, that's awesome. I will say I started on... That's crazy. I started on slow. You can change how fast the in-game time sort of progresses. Oh, okay. That's cool. See, for me it's been... I sit down to play it, and then Yulia kind of joins, because, like, the more she saw of the game, the more she was interested in what's kind of happening. That's the sign of a good girlfriend game. But yeah, I initially had the in-game timer set to slow because I figured, well, if I'm only playing once a day, I might as well take my time with it. I might as well I want to feel like each session is a little meaty. But then I realized, wow, okay, you run out of shit to do. She was planning on doing it herself, and then she saw me playing it. She asked if we could just swap off. Oh, okay, that's cute. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm fucking in there. Oh, wait, I need to... So I know 30 FPS is the best frame rate, but, See, I don't know why I can't do 4K 120 through the capture card. That should be possible, but whatever. I don't use this computer. I only use it for gaming. I just wanted a background and then set it and forget it. You know, I didn't think about it too hard. It's a good game. 7 out of 10. I'm not even a remake hater. You can't You can't hit me with the allegations. You can't call me the hypocrite here. I like it a normal amount. I haven't started the game yet. This is the thing. Yeah, I implicated myself all on my own. Okay. Let me think. I want to eat like a little bit. At the same time, I don't know what. I kind of want to make a whole sandwich, but that's gonna take too long. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna push through it. Intermittent fasting. Okay, y'all. It's time for Ninja Gaiden Ragebait. Alright. See, you're not gaining unnecessary weight by not buying snacks, but then guess what? You don't have snacks when you really need them. The thing is, like, you can't equate them. SH2 Remake is just so clearly bad. And like, not a good idea. And not conceived in a like, evocative way. I feel like with RE4 Remake, at least they try to come up, like, you could say, okay, they did kind of normalize it toward modern trends in a sort of lame way, but they did think about, okay, how do we measure up to the original, right? How do we do something that's like about as interesting? Whereas with SH2 Remake, the goal was just, okay, make the game, but make it not fixed camera, make it not weird controls, quote unquote. Which even the original did not have tank controls, right? Forced. So fucking true. See, it's funny, like, Yulia and I, so sometimes we'll go together. But then when we go independently, we have different things that we buy. Usually I buy, like, smaller stuff, spreads, cheese, ham, eggs. And also I get the water, right? Because, like, I don't want Yulia to carry all the water. That's fucking awesome. But then Yulia will buy, like, the real shit. Kind of, like, proper meat. Veggies. Yes, I am. I am very much interested in replaying Dead Rising. I also want to play 2 at some point. Okay. It's time. Grocery delivery. Damn, you got money. Okay. Hang on. Oh, fuck. I'm a fucking idiot. Wait. Oh. Okay. There you go. See, can I say something about that? Okay, so, vollkommen fine. That's the thing that our good friend Björn used to always say. And then another friend and I, René, Treinbar Man, y'all know him, we just bullied the shit out of Björn. We just pointed out to him, like, very aggressively that he always says it. And now he stopped saying it. Is it the best? See, in the past 5 years, there's no way. I feel like it's the best AAA, probably. But surely there's gotta be something better. He didn't formally address. He only said, like, I think it's. Ich finde, es ist vollkommen fein, dieses Wort zu benutzen. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is better. What up, Bucket? See, I think Logic Bombs, I want to give it, I'm leaning like a 6 out of 10 right now. I think it has flaws. See, so the thing with Björn is, like, I just noticed he stopped saying it. He didn't address the fact that he doesn't say it anymore, but yeah, I just noticed he stopped saying it. I didn't even play Mind Over Magnitude. Okay. Okay. Huh. The CRT filter doesn't seem that great. Okay. It means like totally fine. It's like totally fine. Okay, I think it's fine. I think that's vollkommen fine. I feel low-key bad that we bully him, but yeah. Yeah, I think Logic Bombs is interesting, but I think the Picross formula is just inherently so flawed. And the game, one of the main axes that the game uses for like difficulty is just Pang's favorite thing, aesthetic obfuscation. Changing the amount of information that you get. And I feel like that's not that successful. I'll be the first Logic Bombs skeptic. There was a backlog review that I left a comment on actually as well. Where I thought the review was like a little too simplistic, but overall I understood where it was coming from. The first skeptic was but like you were not sincere though. That was evil the way your skepticism was evil. Was bad faith. That's cool. Okay, the scrolling, wait, I need to examine the scrolling. The scrolling looks good. I don't see any frame drops. Okay. Oh fuck. Joe, wait, what is his name? Yeah, I also thought it was Joe Hayabusa. Is it different? I wasn't paying attention. Oh fuck. This comma counter. Oh my god, I have my ears itching. I still haven't played. It's probably good, but it's a little silly to me to be one of the defining action game critics, and then you actually make something that's just a puzzle game. I mean, he was working on multiple action games, and then they just the scope just kind of ballooned, and I think with most, actually, I was gonna say with most projects that he started, he got smaller and smaller, right? But that's not exactly true. There were some, I think the Ghosts and Goblins that he was planning, that was the one where he realized, okay, this is way too big. I can't really do this as a single person. He needs to make a small scope action game. Yeah. There was one, see, there were two games that he teased, and he revealed very little information about them. So, I mean, the action game that I'm fucking around with, right? It exists purely in my head right now. But it's basically, there's basically no level design. There's one level, and it's a single screen. Let's put it that way, right? Because I know any further scope than that is just, oh fuck. It's just fucking myself and asking for trouble. I'm starting to sound like Blader. I'm getting hit, dude. I'm getting fucking owned. Is that it's good that he puts something out because something is, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I'm not trying to shade y'all. Joe Hayabusa is Ryu Hayabusa's father. I'm not trying to shade y'all. But, like, it's just, I'm not super comfortable with, like, being, like, condescending toward creators, right? When they actually push it out. Okay, he's invulnerable in that animation, okay. No, it's not a Buster's Bad Dream like. It's not. But like, you know what? Honestly, not the terrible comparison. Okay, I need to actually lock in. See, that's my thing. You know what? I think that is the streamer thing. Either you can focus on the chat, or you can focus on the game. Beyond, for example, he only focuses on the game. Or whatever other story he's talking about. I get way too distracted by chat. Yeah. I feel like that's the thing. I feel like Buster's Bad Dream. Oh fuck. It wouldn't be that challenging to iterate on. Oh fuck. I think there's stuff you can do with it that's not too far out of scope. Most CAC fans don't play 2D games, so true. I mean, I was saying this to Balkog the other day. That like, see, the Kamiya guys, you gotta hand it to them. Anecdotally, I remember a lot of Kamiya guys eventually transitioning to arcade games. I can think of at least like 3 or 4 in my bubble, right? Which is kind of a lot. Whereas if you're an Itsuno, like DMC3, DMC4 guy, you're just gonna become an action RPG guy. It's fucking true. All the DMC3, 4 guys, they get into action RPGs. It's fucking true. You're not a DMC3 guy though. You like DMC3, that's different. Those are 2 different things. You like recognize that DMC3 is a good game. That's different from, yeah, DMC3 is my entire fucking personality. I do notice a couple, like at certain thresholds, I get a little freeze, a little drop, a little stutter, a little hitch. So that's bothering me a little bit, but like, the fucking input responsiveness is so crisp at 120, and it looks so smooth. So I do think this is worth it over the console version. I'll say I didn't use myself as an example for the Kamiya arcade pipeline because I'm a fake arcade guy. I'm very aware of that. That's crazy. Well, at least you said DMC1 is good. At least you gave it props. Path of the Ninja. What's up? What does Gaming Brit these days? Oh, dude. Gaming Brit is literally in the mines for SH4 for that video. He, like, hasn't seen the sun in, like, 6 months. Like, I follow him on Patreon. And literally his last update, it made it clear he sounds miserable. Like, he just wants to get that fucking video out. It's crazy. Which, you know, I'm... Respect to him, right? Respect that he wants to cover it in such detail. Real SO is like so true. And, because his whole approach with the... Yeah, there we go. With the Silent Hill review series is that he wants to cover the games in exhaustive detail and like find their connections, but then specifically only the Team Silent games, and he doesn't want to rely on external material at all. Or I think when he's covering the games, he only wants to talk about stuff that had been released up to that point, right? He doesn't want to draw on modern knowledge for that. Which I find, again, with Silent Hill, I think that is an interesting approach. I see why that is valuable in that series. But yeah, he was saying, okay, this video currently is like 3 hours long. And then he went back to check stuff, and he realized, oh, there's a bunch of mistakes. I gotta redo that shit. And he added like another half hour of clarifications. Yeah. It's gonna be his longest video. And he specifically mentioned, you know, it's a very depressing, dark game. And he's like mentally tired of thinking about it. Which is, I don't know. Dude, I have a lot of thoughts on that, right? Like, I don't want to. Oh wait, I can just dodge it. Yeah. Now, I think you can consider critique a form of art, right? And I don't want to glamorize suffering for the sake of art. Knoba, what up? Bro, I'm glad that you're streaming. I saw that you've been getting into it. It's really cool. Have you played Ragebound yet? I'm just starting. Defreeters, I see what you mean, but like, it's also that, well, I haven't seen, I don't see one of those like every day, right? They still come out rarely, or the ones that I'm actually interested in, they don't come out every day. So I wasn't listening at all. Fuck. Oh yeah, I need to charge. And this is one where I am interested, right? I really want to know what the story is. Audius, hello. Yeah, I think the plan is gonna be, okay, the video is gonna come out, the SH4 video from Game Grid. Then at some point we're gonna do the beach gen, and then I'm gonna watch the video. See, this is interesting in the context of Ninja Gaiden Xbox original. Oh fuck. Oh, that was stupid. Fuck. Cause like in that game, you just, in the intro level, you just murder actual humans, and then it's revealed, oh yeah, this was just for training. Ah, I'm fucking stupid. Oh my god. I made the same mistake again. John, what up? So here, they specifically make you fight dummies. That's good. Writing is a lot less time consuming than video creation, but having done similar critiques is like, you gotta do some smaller stuff. Yeah. Totally. Any video essay people I should do into? Dude, okay. Just gaming or other types of content as well? See, I hate sounding like I had a recommendation in mind. The thing I was gonna say was FD Signifier. And my mind, this is such a bad reflex, right? This is such a bad fucking reflex. But my mind instantly went like, oh my god, I sound like the dad from Get Out. Yeah, FD Signifier was right. I haven't watched much YouTube, to be honest. Well, not like commentary, fucking detailed, well thought out YouTube. Cloud, what up? The Slitterhead Beach Gen, that's awesome. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sitting on the Tetris episode, and we're doing GTA this weekend. I want to release both of those this month, and then we're doing Boku in September. Releasing that in September. And then, honestly, it'd be cool if we could play SH4 September, and then release it, like, for Halloween or something. Yeah, I don't know if I have any other recommendations, dude. Unfortunately. Luke, what up? Wait. You can swing your sword and within the hit stop turn around and make it hit. What the hell? Fuck yeah. The original video essays, recorded lectures. See, yeah. I mean, I've mentioned a couple times, right? I'm a little. Oh, fuck. I don't think I'm a terrible writer, but it definitely doesn't come natural to me. So, I think to me the approach for like essay type shit will be That's... I see, I already saw what you mean, Luke. Okay, that's cool. Oh. Yeah, like that. For my essay type shit, like the Perry video, for example, or, I want to do something on exploration games. I'm just gonna write down bullet points, and then... See, I talked about this to Yulia the other day. With my backlog battles, what you don't see is that in the raw footage when I'm recording it, there's a lot of moments where I say a sentence, and then I just think about my next sentence for like 20, 30 seconds, right? And I try not to make noises in between that, not to say or whatever, because number one, I use the software that analyzes the audio track, and then you can set a threshold, and there's a couple other settings for it, and it just automatically cuts out the sounds, right? And it's if you just have good sort of technique for recording, right? If you don't make a lot of those random sounds and you just think about what you want to say, it makes that much more seamless, that workflow. But then there's also the element of like, okay, I feel like a lot of comments, I think Electric Underground is like a great example. I don't want to shit on him, but I do think he doesn't really think through his points a lot. He doesn't, again, and this is what I just described, right? I say a sentence, and then I very carefully think about the next sentence, and I try not to just say random bullshit. And I think, for me, that workflow is much more natural than writing. For me, developing the idea by saying it out loud, and then keeping the parts that make sense and are, substantive, that's going to be my workflow going forward. Yeah, Baka videos, I like those. You can cancel the hit style of the air slash into the guillotine jump, but since it comes out so fast, it doesn't seem like it does. Okay. What's up, Pedicute? That's so fucking... Yeah, so true. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's try to beat him this time. Oh, fuck. By the way, Backlog Battle, 2 new episodes out. I didn't advertise them on the stream so far, but you should watch them. Oh, wow. Oh, you fucking bastard. Oh my god! The fucking flying swallow. Oh my god, she gets more and more moves. That's crazy. Dude, that shit seems hard as fuck. Hollow Knight gameplay. No! Stop! Don't say that. Father is dead. not using my eyes. Oh, fuck. Gimme. Yeah. I need to kill him. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. He didn't die on the first hit. As far as like making structured topic videos goes, I think I was writing down notes for a video on exploration. And I mean, I'm gonna start with the basic idea of, okay, imagine a game where there's a clear, explicit, like almost explicit, not in the literal sense, but like in the sense that, okay, it's like, you get it, right? You get that there's a critical path. Cedar Freeders, thank you for joining. But then on that critical path, there's sort of side paths up and down. Again, imagine 2D platform or something that invite you to collect some kind of optional secret. And in a lot of those games, I would argue that manifests as what I'm gonna call a perception challenge. Like, seeing the path, the side path, is kind of the point. And then once you see it, you scratch it off like a lottery ticket. Now, I'm not entirely sure what my convincing, like, logical, intellectual argument against it is. I think the way I would have to structure it is something like, okay, a common way to talk about games is like anything that makes me feel good is good, right? And I'm gonna say, okay, once I reject that axis, right, and I say, this is my method of analyzing games, right? I want games to maybe funnel you into an interesting experience. I want them to get you to engage with their most interesting dynamics, right? Which is like kind of what I believe. I'm not that reductive usually I'm not completely reductive in that sense, but for the most part that is kind of true. So once we accept that premise, can we say, well, okay, the optional shit, it literally is... Oh, I missed a skull. Like, those perception challenges, they're not very substantive. They're kind of shallow. And they dilute the intensity of the game. You're not really... Well, that's the thing. Saying you're not engaging with the core mechanics, that's not true, right? That's not something you can say in a broad sense. But in the game, like, I mean, the one I always think of is Tropical Freeze, or just the modern Donkey Kong games, that duology. Or most Nintendo games, right? And the most interesting dynamics usually occur when you just go forward. And then, see, that's the thing, if I go down the side path and I grab a collectible, if that were considered sort of part of the main dynamic or challenge of the game or whatever, why is it in a random side path? Why? Like, the fact that it's not part of the main progression kind of suggests to me that, okay, it is a lower priority somehow. And yet, you kind of make the game hinge on those systems in some kind of capacity. Again, Mario Odyssey is a good example for that. Where the progression is tied to moons, and at some point you will have to engage with the filler moons a little bit, at least. Everything that makes you feel good is good, except Sheer in the Water. See, because like when I talk to like collecting heads, like completion game heads, they talk about how fun it feels to like do 100% as a concept. Like they just like the idea that they completed the game, right? And it's like, I think we can agree that that's like not, that's not like an analytical point of view. You know, that's like clearly, okay, this thing makes me feel good, and that's why I like it. And there's not really more to it than that. Is this not where it came from? I don't think it is. No. I do really like this jump. It's really sick, guy. Oh fuck. And right now it's very forgiving. I hope I need to. I hope I'll have to lock in later a little bit. I'm very curious with the hard mode as well. The fact that they see. Okay. I think a lot of these modern games, they have these kind of alibi hard modes. The fact that this one is not available from the start kind of makes you think, okay, maybe this is a real hard mode. You know, maybe there's a reason they lock it away. Oh fuck. I'm not locked in, bro. I'm not locked in at all. God, but like, I think this kind of proves what I'm saying about Exploration, because like the flow of this game is so much fucking better than Shinobi. It's fucking insane. Yeah, Yubnub, that's a great example. That's a great example. We have the same idea just now. Oh fuck. I think at this rate I'm not even gonna play Shinobi probably. Isn't that just, I think this is more fun? Kinda. See, I think at some point I will have to... If I make that video, I'll have to acknowledge that to some extent, right? That, like, okay. Well, I don't know. See, I was actually rereading our Metroidvania discussion in the server, right? And, like, my analytical method to say that I don't like Metroidvania level design in that moment was to say, see, there was specifically about backtracking, right? It was specifically about backtracking. Yeah, exactly. That's why. That's why I'm spitballing here in stream, because like I still need to figure out what the fuck my point is. You know. Yeah. Yeah. So, see, either I'm honest about that, or I find some fucking intellectual angle. I think that's my struggle right now. Maybe I shouldn't jump so much. I had a set of formulas and approach to exploration as a concept. Okay. See, Boghawk had the take that Shinobi exploration is exploration the way going to the grocery shop. To the grocery store is exploration. And I feel like even just defining what exploration is could be useful. And like trying to identify different types of that dynamic. What's he gonna do? Oh my god, whoa! Okay. Of states and exploration of transitions. Yeah. It's not really ready to mechanics shot. Yeah. See, in that, again, in that Metroidvania discussion that we had on the server. Zach, what up? Well, this is Ninja Gaiden Midbound. So Ash was making the argument that, like, well, the backtracking is provoking some kind of motion that people like, right? And that's why it's valid. And then I was like, well, I don't like it for these reasons. Yeah, my perspective is equally valid, yeah. See, that's the thing, right? If I'm just making... Oh, what the fuck? Do y'all see that? I found some tech. Whoa! What the hell? I guess the most consistent angle I could use is like, well, okay. If I use challenge or whatever as my axis, and then analyze, okay, do these things have challenge? Do these like little side paths have challenge? Well, I don't think, see, in a broad sense that doesn't work either, because like that, you're just making too many assumptions with too many games. Speedrunners get mind blown. See, then there's also, yeah, there is the fact, Hang just mentioned Majora's Mask, and it's like there's a lot of exploration-heavy games that I like. Oh fuck. So I don't know. I need to figure out the point. I need to figure out what the fuck I want to say. Oh my god. Okay, I just shouldn't go in. Oh, wait, I can't break those. Hell yeah. See, if I made a video about how completion in games is not intrinsically valuable, right? Like, oh, getting 100% whatever, right? Getting all the things. That's not a very profound point. Like, it's something I believe. But kill with lunge attacks. Ooh. Okay. I wish the ranking system was just speed or something. Yeah, no, but I kind of agree with you. But even then, I want some pressure throughout. I think, for example, saying, oh, this method of playing the game is faster, and that's why you're disincentivized from doing the boring way, doing the boring method. To me, that's not a strong argument in most cases, because, like, because it's not canonical in the design in any way, right? In something like Jet Set Radio, for example, it's like, okay. Or Crazy Taxi, right? There, that works. If it's not reinforced in the design in any way, I find that kind of weak. Ziggy, what up? That's something I didn't articulate this, but this kind of that's something I talked about in my Resident Evil shit, in my backlog battle for Resident Evil, where I specifically said, okay, the argument that you could use for something like Ocarina of Time Water Temple is like, oh, you're trying to understand the spatial relationships between different locations, and that's a compelling form of challenge. And that's a sensation that is so rarely tapped into in games that it's almost a different thing, in my opinion. It's not really the same thing as what Metroidvanias are usually going for, or what a game like Resident Evil is going for. Like, the appeal of, oh, I got the chemical for the plant, and then I figure out I need to use it on the plant. That's not that cool, right? As a standalone by itself, that element of zigzagging through the mansion and figuring out where to use items, totally worthless to me. Does not mean anything. Yeah. See, that's the thing, I think, so what I latched onto with Majora's when I was way younger is that there's a sense of satisfaction in figuring out, oh, what can I squeeze into the cycle, right? I take until 2 p.m. to do this thing. Oh, now is the perfect time to do this other thing, right? There's a very gratifying loop in that, and like recognizing that, but it's not, you're not actually like being that smart, and you're not actually optimizing that hard, because like there's no you could just reset, right? So I think Dead Rising, for example, where time constantly moves forward, much more convincing, right? I think my previous take, again, I haven't revisited Majora since. My previous take on that is still like, okay, I understand it emotionally, but if we're evaluating the design and the strength of it, then it's like, okay, there's some room for improvement. Dude, I didn't... I'm not gonna lie, I'm kinda tired. I will say this monitor that I'm on, it's a great monitor. It's very expensive, so I'm not gonna replace it or anything. But for side-scrolling games, it's a little too blurry, honestly. I'm definitely excited to play this on my OLED instead. Yeah. See, that's the thing. I think Dark Souls is similar to something like Majora, where it's satisfying to figure out how things connect and like the order that you can do things in, and figuring out your own little route through the game. But it's not really encouraged by the design to be efficient in that way. Efficiency is fun, right? Efficiency is a nice form of challenging the player. But unless you actually have canonical mechanics to like enforce that, then So that one. They have mutually exclusive actions. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh my god. Guys, I'm actually trying to get to low health so I can use the talisman that I just got. I think, okay, if I structure my video on exploration in a way where I'm like, I acknowledge, okay, I'm not gonna berate people for saying you're not being analytical, right? I think what I will say is like, okay, the axis here seems to be, while it's satisfying to like perceive secrets in the environment. It's satisfying. To make progress, to get rewards. Oops. And then I would just make the argument that I was like, well, I don't value that inherently. Are not interested in pursuing. Exactly. That's what I meant with that. So again, if you watch the backlog battle, I specifically make that comparison between Resident Evil and like Metroidvanias, and then also something like the Water Temple. Like the Water Temple thing is so, it is a different type of thing, even though they would both be considered spatial challenge Metroidvania bullshit. Like in common fucking parlance. Oh fuck, I'm an idiot, dude. Oh, I'm an idiot. So when that exploration of space is not actually captured, it is just a way to make the player feel good, then... See, and then the follow would be... The follow-up video would be the RPG paradox. I guess, so, see about that, I guess I was thinking about the idea, and this is like so, I feel like this is kind of basic. Very basically understood by most people. But I think there's this tension between, I think a lot of us take for granted that, okay, RPG progression is supposed to feel satisfying. It's supposed to give you a sense of accomplishment and progress, even though you're not actually progressing as a player. Now, what does it mean to say it's supposed to? Avoid falling to also. What are you basing that on? Like, if I'm not an asshole, if I'm just not pedantic for 1 second, then like, we all know that's fucking true, right? If I'm just real for a second. But if I want to put on my analysis hat, then I have to say, well, I can't make assumptions of what this mechanic is supposed to do. I should just analyze it like as part of a system, right? And if I want to make a statement of on how players respond to it, then I would have to do a study. Okay, this is like the psychological effects of this, blah blah. The issue from, I guess, so maybe I'm going on too many tangents, but like, okay, the issue for me is that idea, it is commonly accepted. RPGs are supposed to give you the sense of progression, it's supposed to be satisfying, blah blah. Commonly accepted, and yet when you just say it like that, it sounds almost condescending, right? Like, I have a hard time imagining the type of person who would advocate for RPGs on that basis. And not realize it's like kind of condescending, you know? So I think the RPG fans, they understand this tension, and then they try to rationalize it some other way. They try to say, well, okay, there's actually see, I can't even think of a fake reason for why progression systems are good, right? Because, like, they don't fucking exist. Well, again, I just think it's something that most people wouldn't really admit. See, this little curve down here implies to me... See, and there's a wall here. Surely I can jump down there. No. Okay. See, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if I like that much. Yeah, see, I don't know. Maybe I misspoke earlier, but that's what I meant. That's what I meant. See, now you're being pedantic. You know what I mean. Yeah, see. Actually, see that's not kind of. Oh, well, okay. Oh, that. Now I get it. Okay, now I get what you're trying to say. You have to simulate the actual player's progression. This kind of thing. Yeah. Well, I guess for me, the logical chain there was it's simulating. Oh, you know what? Okay, no. See, okay, sorry. I get it now. I don't think this is what people say, actually. I think people immediately jump to the conclusion of, well, it's supposed to feel satisfying, and then maybe they don't say the part out loud where I'm not gaining experience as a real person. Maybe they don't explicitly say that part out loud, but I think most people are aware that, like, okay, this is supposed to feel good. This is supposed to feel good, and I think it's fine that it feels good. That's just a strongman. Like me thinking that that's what people think. See, I'm just spitballing. I'm not like, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I was gonna go back to the Mario Odyssey. See, I think this is, okay, I wouldn't credit the game with putting the coins there. What I would credit the game for is designing the mechanics in a way where that's possible, right? To get to like all these weird places. I think that's cool. But then I consider that kind of a different thing, yeah? Like, the thing I'm talking about with exploration is like very explicitly signpost. Well, I don't know if signposting is the right word, but like, you basically craft these extra branches along the critical path. It's like how Paco was saying, to do filler, right? That's the kind of type of shit I'm talking about. Whereas this is like, okay, the Mario Odyssey example is like, we recognize what is possible with the space and with the mechanics, and then we put like one little acknowledgement there to like say, yeah, we got it. The original conception of D&D style, conception, apparition. Well, see, that's the thing with D&D. Yeah, with D&D, you're in a linear, confined scenario. I've never played D&D, but I would guess that, okay, again, it's not like a digital game where I can just go off and grind for hours and then control my pacing that way. You're kind of bound by the thrust of the story, and then the RPG mechanics are there to like, you know, simulate certain aspects of the world you're like role-playing in. Now, whether a dice roll, for example, is a good way of doing that. How the fuck do I get this shit? No, I don't get that. Scale as much as person version. Right? I don't know. Wait, can I bounce off it? Leveling has been driven in various ways in different tabletop RPGs. There you go. I'm not sure what I just did. See, the fact they have jetpacks... Oh, fuck. In the context of this specific game, feels very goofy. But I also know it's very Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, Hot Pocket, I totally understand that. Like, I'm also... Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Again, I feel like at some point I'm painting with broad strokes a lot and I'm making a lot of assumptions. That's the issue with that. Firm, what up? I like it. It's good. I'm definitely not locked in like I should be. The game is like very forgiving and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm making a lot of mistakes. I think this would be sick to kind of blast through if I like got good at it. I definitely need to play this off stream. See, like that they spawn in fucking the charge guys a little too late. Every time. It's very different, okay, cool. I mean, I had sort of this idea that the fact that you unlock it later kind of suggests, okay, it's gotta be serious. This guy's hairline is diabolical. Wolf, what up? CIA agent, that's crazy. What's up, babe? Huh? You asleep? Okay. Wait, what time is it? I'm not gonna stream too much longer. No, I wouldn't say it's actually Shinobi 3. Wait, this is so, I'll say specifically, this is the new Ninja Gaiden game. If you, if that's like a literal question. And I'm not too experienced actually with those older Ninja Gaiden games. The 2D ones. So I can't really make a meaningful comparison there. Oh, fuck. This is kind of tricky. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Zach, are you a fan of the NES games? Oh no! Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so fucking bad. Triple receiving damage, 1,000 requires to log in hard. Damn, okay. I'm assuming this is like a challenge room. Or no, wait. Yeah. It's mandatory. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh my god, I'm so fucking bad. What? Okay, do I just climb the wall? Wait, there's like needles there too. I think I just need to go all the way back. That's it. Yeah, okay. There you go. Oh, you fucking bitch. You fucking bastard. Guys, I'm just getting hit to activate my talisman. I did notice, like, damn, the damage increase is crazy. That's actually worth it. It's very well paced so far. Oh, the big one. See, there's a little gap at his mouth. So, maybe. Oh, what? That's the fucking turtle from NG2. Oh my god. Okay, guys, I'm gonna finish this level. And I'm gonna... Wait. This is then... Okay, maybe this is a good time to stop, actually, y'all. We are at like 17 viewers on YouTube. I low-key want to take advantage of that, but like, it's also kind of late, and I want to say goodnight to Yulia. So, okay, y'all. I'm like down the street from Game. Wait, really? Oh yeah, you mentioned you're in Spain, right? Damn. What's up, Kevin? By the way, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so, yeah. I'll have to marinate on the exploration shit a little bit and on the progression shit. But those are definitely videos I'm considering. I also want to do a video on like retro. Like a retro gaming guide. That's something I'm considering. I'm still thinking about the Resident Evil review that I want to do. Again, check out the backlog battle. This is a good time to plug that shit. Wait, let me... Well, okay. Let's see. Ko-fi.com/zebra. Wait, that's not... Oh, whoops, that's wrong. Okay. I like it so far. I'm liking it so far. Like, just the pacing is very good. That's the main thing. So fucking true, dude. So sick. Okay, so... And that's why... Tyler, the Creator's Igor is a perfect musical loop. So here on Ko-fi.com/zebra, you can become a member, and then you can see this monthly series I'm doing where I'm reviewing a bunch of games. Honestly, I thought I was fucking cooking on that one. specifically this latest one. There's some good stuff here too. And there's like 3 more. Oh my god, wow, I did a lot actually. Actually, wait, this is just a poll. This is just a poll. But yeah, I would be very happy if y'all gave that a look. Let me know what you think if you are a member. If you're a Dreamcast fan and you think that's the only version of Bangai-O that's worth playing, you know, you can give me some heat. But yeah, I'll be back. Possibly. Wait, that's not. Maybe like this weekend. Maybe like Sunday. Sunday fun day. We'll see. I'll have to come up with another event type shit, kind of like the when I was roasting the 5x5s, the favorite games. I thought that was fun. I think that's like primo clickbait. Thank you for having watched it already. That definitely means a lot to me. But yeah, y'all. I don't have any crazy final words. I guess I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna play more Ragebait. Maybe I'll be back with like the hard mode. I'll finish on my own and then I'll give you all my thoughts. Okay, that's it. Beach Chain Game Club. Keep it locked on that for sure. And yeah, I'll see you all around. Fun short stream. Bye bye. I'm gonna press the button.